Afternoon and evening, crypto warriors. Welcome back to the Jump into Crypto episode 459. Today is Tuesday, August 27th, and I'm your host, King, where we bridge community into crypto daily at 3ish. And today, of course, is one of those 3ish days, but quiet 24 hours on the news cycle for the most part. Top stories today include Gemini joining Silvergate Exchange Network for 24/7 fiat money transfers. Wright must forfeit 50% of Bitcoin in court case. The bug bounty for Facebook's Libra is now open to the public. And last but not least, general manager of the Houston Rockets basketball team bullish on Bitcoin. What's going on, Maurice Parks, Canadian, Jose Martinez, Cornelius Brodnix, Shannon Allen, S1 Dubs, everybody, New Legacy, Allison Thompson, hello. As I said, slow 24 hours, but of course, this jumped straight into this price ticker. Coming from CoinDesk data, of course. Bitcoin today is down 1.66% at $10,120. Ethereum is at $185, down 0.68%. Litecoin down 1.22% at $72.36. And XRP at 26 cents, down 0.37%. And Bitcoin Cash up 0.15% at $308. So as we kind of been talking about now for the last few weeks, it looks like we found our price range here, $10,009 to $11,000. Though, again, we always like to talk about those stories on Cointelegraph because depending on what the price is in that 8 to 10 hour time frame, you'll get a story out of it. And I looked at Cointelegraph today. I saw 3 different stories. One was saying that $10,000 is the new bottom, says whatever expert in the crypto space. Another one says we're still in for a bear run. And another one says this is still the beginning of a bull run. So clearly, no one still knows what's going on with the price, but as it stands, we're still in this $10,000 range. Again, it's still high from the last couple of years, so it's good to see that we're stabilized there at the time. So, all right, top news story of the day. What's going on? Donald Muhammad, smash those likes and share, people. Madam Crypto, Cornelius Brodnix said, got to pay the cost to be the Bitcoin boss. You know it. Gemini is back in the news. They joined Silvergate Exchange Network for 24/7 fiat money transfers. This story wasn't to surprise me, but I'm actually glad to see it. Gemini has been using Silvergate Bank to do their banking for the longest now, which is crazy too because Gemini is based in New York City, but their bank is here in Southern California. Again, we talked about Silvergate a few times before. As of recently, we're talking about their exchange network that they've actually pushed out. It's called the Silvergate Exchange Network, the SEN, and it's here to speed up fiat money transfers. So this is real-time fiat money transfers, something the world chef already had the last decade, but banks are just now adopting because, of course, the cat's out of the bag when it comes to technology and cryptocurrency, that you can do 24/7 real-time transfers. And again, I want to give Silvergate Bank a round of applause because they are one of the first banks to implement this. Again, every bank can do it. They just don't want to. Silvergate has actually moved forward adopting this. But it looks like Gemini announced the move in an official blog post today on August 27th. According to the announcement, the main benefit of the exchange partnership with Silvergate is that Gemini's institutional investor clients can withdraw and deposit United States dollars from their accounts at any time. This is already the industry standard for cryptocurrencies, but not for fiat money per the report. Additionally, the announcement states that Gemini is integrating the SEN's application program interface, API. Integrating the SEN's API reportedly enables Gemini to process their customers' deposit and withdrawal requests automatically in real time. So basically, that's a technical jargon of saying that if you go onto Gemini's website and under your account, if you're a credit investor, again, they did say they're or an institutional investor, as they're saying. Most institutional investors are also known as a credit investor. So again, I think that's like making $250,000 a year, or I think a minimum of $1 million of net worth assets. So if you're one of these institutional investors, and again, this is what we talk about when we're saying set up your accounts. We know everyone isn't an institutional credit investor. And again, their definition may change, though I do believe it's an accredited investor as well for their institutional investors. But if you're signed up in some of these programs, basically if you moved enough, and sometimes it's not even about you being a credit investor. That's why they're saying institutional, because per the exchange's guidelines, their definition could be you just maybe have $50,000 on an account, or you move this amount of volume in a 365-day period type of deal. That could also be what they claim is an institutional investor. But if you are one of those investors and you go on their website and under your account preferences and all of that good stuff, you now have the ability to just go into, the same way you do transfers from Bitcoin, Ethereum to Fiat or all that. You're supposedly able to withdraw and deposit money, Johnny on the spot, through the website itself. So you don't even have to go to Silvergate Bank or sign up with Silvergate Bank. You should be able to do it through the API on the actual website for Gemini. So that's a cool thing. And of course, again, to be able to do this with fiat currency is huge. One of the issues we talked about dating back to 2017, 2018, when the price of Bitcoin hit the all-time high of almost $19,600 and then eventually dropped, was that a lot of exchanges, Bittrex, were changing their terms of service overnight, going from you can withdraw 2 Bitcoins a day to now you can withdraw 0.2 Bitcoins a day overnight. And if that happens and the price is dropping, you can't even withdraw your Bitcoin or you can't change it to fiat currency, of course, you're going to lose a lot of money in a short amount of time. So with stuff like this, this SEN, again, that stands for Silvergate Exchange Network, something that every bank should have right now, where you can deposit and withdraw fiat currency, or you can have real money, real-time fiat currency transfers 24/7 around the clock. It's something the crypto space has been waiting for with banks. Again, Gemini, from what I know, is the first exchange to hop on this. And again, I think it'd be huge. You talk about, they don't really do this or have it, but for other exchanges, they do get it and start working with Silvergate. You're talking about margin trading, or some of these are derivatives on top of derivatives, or some of these crypto packages or whatever. No one wants to be stuck in crypto or fiat currency for that matter 24/7 without being able to change it, or as it had been for Silvergate Bank, the fastest way you can move money was through a wire transfer, which we all know that's about 24 to 36 hours depending on your bank. So, and of course that costs like 30, 40 bucks depending on who you're using as well. So with this, I'm not sure what the fees are going to be. I'm assuming there will be a hefty fee if you want to do a 24/7 real-time fiat transfer. Again, we should already be allowed to do it, but to banks, this is new technology. So again, it's really cool to see this. Good thing Gemini is jumping on it first. And I can't wait to hear the feedback from this from their customers and clients about how it's working. And again, at the end of the article, it has a tidbit about Silvergate's growth in Q4 of 2018, all the new things they're doing. And again, Silvergate is positioning themselves to legitimately, everybody jokes about Coinbase being the crypto bank / regular bank, the hybrid. But Silvergate is really going to become, they're working to become the first hybrid bank where everything was established for traditional banking services, and they're just continuously adding things to make it easier for all their cryptocurrency clients. And again, if you got a client like Gemini, why not? They're bringing in a lot of money. And again, I appreciate and I enjoy Silvergate's growth right now. I think this is really cool to see. So it's good news from Silvergate. What's going on, Fool with Money and Cool Works from Atlanta? There we go. All right, next up, Craig Wright is back in the news. It looks like he must forfeit 50% of Bitcoin in this new court case. Looks like the protracted legal battle involving self-proclaimed Bitcoin inventor Craig Wright and the estate of computer scientist David Kleiman could go in Kleiman's favor. Looks like, according to a court audience member on August 26, Judge Bruce Reinhart rejected Wright's testimony, stating that he had perjured himself by providing the court with falsified documents, and recommended that he hand over 50% of the over 1 million Bitcoins Kleiman mined with Wright, as well as intellectual property rights associated with Bitcoin software. So first of all, good to see, this isn't actual ruling yet. As they said, this is the recommendation, and this is an audience member, so who knows if this is the true story or not. But if this is the true story, I'm happy to finally see a judge, kind of make a ruling on it. And it's crazy that the ruling is really only him forfeiting money when, technically he may have, allegedly perjured himself on the stand, which I believe is actually a felony or whatever. So if he did commit perjury, there's a lot more penalties he can get, but it looks like it's only going to be the half of the Bitcoins, which, by the way, people are saying he may or may not even have. And if he does have them, people are saying he could go as far as to try to crash the market in the short term, since by selling them. I don't think that's going to happen, because at the end of the day, Craig Wright's been in Bitcoin for a while. He still knows the value of it. I don't think anyone's really going to sell at this point after we've seen it go to, to the $20,000 mark. Everyone, I'm pretty sure, is going to wait to see if we can touch that again. But it's crazy to see this happening right now. Again, this case began in February 2018 when lawyers filed the case against Wright, accusing him of stealing hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin at press time valued at over $5 billion after climbing his death in 2013. So again, the ruling hasn't officially been established. This is, just people talking about it right now, but this is going to be a big ruling if it does come out that he has to give over half of those Bitcoins. And again, what's going to happen with it? Does he have it? How will this even be enforced is the biggest thing. This is going to bring about precedents to how do you enforce court rulings. Let's say the judge does come out. He needs to give away 50% of these Bitcoins. If they are worth $5 billion at press time, that is $2.5 billion. There is no new money out there that's giving it away, okay? If you go after one of these old companies, the JP Morgans, the Warren Buffetts, Bill Gates, Microsoft, you go after some of these old people and these older companies who've had billions for a while, I can see them paying the fine. But you talk about new money. I just became a billionaire, 5 years ago, 3 years ago. I do not see them giving away a large portion of their monetary value, so their net worth. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens here if Craig Wright voluntarily gives up this 50%, or will that court order have to bring the boys in and come get them? So we'll see what happens. Worst case scenario, he made a lot of money in a short amount of time. He might join John McAfee on that boat to sail for calmer waters, as they say. This is a pretty cool story out and a chance for all those programmers, developers out there to make a little bit more money. The bug bounty program for Facebook Libra is now open to the public. Again, this is something Crypto Blood and I was talking about today. He said he doesn't think the Facebook program is going to move forward, is going to be successful, or they will even launch. I'm still on the fence, but with this bug bounty program, I think Mark Zuckerberg is going to, he's going to stand strong against his government on this. You're not going to offer a bug bounty program if you don't plan on releasing the program itself, right? So it looks like the Libra Association has opened its bug bounty program to the public to address security concerns in advance of Libra's anticipated 2020 launch. The announcement comes via a post on Libra's website on August 27th. The post emphasized that the expansion of the program will promote values critical to the Libra Association, like openness, transparency, and global access. Those things we know not to be true in the crypto industry, because we know you can't do that with a centralized cryptocurrency. But what's very interesting to people like me is that it expects to be opening their bug bounty program to the public, and they encourage it, hoping that many more people, quote, many more people with diverse skills and backgrounds, unquote, can test the security of Libra's blockchain. For those who don't know what the bug bounty program is, it's something we talked about before. We talked about it when it comes to EOS and how we felt that they didn't give away enough money for their bug bounty program. But a bug bounty program is basically a program that pushes out to anybody. You don't have to be a developer, coder, or anything like that. I mean, it helps clearly, but it's basically a project putting it out there that anyone who finds a problem with our project, if you find any bugs in the code, you find any security flaws or any backdoors or any of that stuff, you can come to us with the information and we will pay you for it. It looks like right now, Libra's on the high end, they're saying that participants can earn up to $10,000 for uncovering critical security issues. Quote, it looks like Michael Engel, Libra's head of development of ecosystem, came out and was saying that we want to help our researchers uncover issues while the Libra blockchain is still in testnet and no real money is in circulation, something that we hope to see every project do, even though they don't always do it. But again, that's 10,000, up to 10,000 per critical issue. So I'm assuming 10,000 will be for the most severe issues. If you find something basic, 2,500, something mid-level, 5,000, 7,500, and so forth. But again, this is a pretty cool thing to see, because this is how some people make their money for the year. You got some security testers, some pen testers or some developers and coders. They literally just go from project to project. If you're interested in this, on the Bitcoin forum, I know it's very popular for these projects to post their bug bounty programs, but people literally just spend all year round finding different projects to find bug bounties on. And you can find 2 or 3 or 4 per project. I mean, you can make you some good money throughout the year on doing these. So again, cool to see them do it. And it looks like I am now fully bullish on Libra's project. Not only this article, I saw another article come out today or yesterday about them hiring a lobbying firm now to go to DC and lobby for them. So they are putting their foot on the gas. It doesn't look like they're slowing down. They're not giving up or throwing in the towel. Again, this is what Crypto Blood and I talked about last week. I hope to see Mark Zuckerberg do this. I want to see him stand up because, again, he's not doing anything illegal. He's not doing anything immoral. No matter how much our government tries to make it seem like he's doing something wrong or to put him in this penalty box for going against the establishment and going against the private company of the Federal Reserve, he is not doing anything wrong. And I can't wait to see this program officially launch. Again, I'm not for it in the sense that it will be saving grace for cryptocurrency because we know it's not. It's a centralized cryptocurrency. You better believe Mark Zuckerberg and his team has access to everything, all data, and everything about that blockchain they're going to have access to. There's going to be backdoors and backdoors and backdoors. But the positive thing about it is that it is challenging the establishment of what money is and what options we have to use money. So all for it. Can't wait to see it. It looks like they have a lobbying team. They have a bug bounty program. And again, Libra is not showing any sign of slowing down. So we shall see in 2020 what happens. If Mark Zuckerberg comes up missing or goes to prison and then has that stroke or whatever or heart attack, we know what happened, right? Full Money said, do I think BSV would tank? As in the forked Bcash or the forked Bitcoin Bcash BSV? Yes, but while the marketing is still strong, I don't think any coin could tank while the marketing is still there. If you still have somebody behind it pushing it, no. And the reason why is because, again, all it takes is for another bull run and for people to get, because in the bull run, everyone's going to look for the next big thing, right? Because now you have everybody's eyes watching. You have mainstream attention. The scams are back at its highest point. People are shilling coins left and right on every channel. Everyone wants to know the next big thing so they can be the next big genius if they feel like they missed out on Bitcoin or wherever else, right? So all it takes then is for something like BSV or whatever obscure coin out there to have someone working for it. Again, a good marketer or a good CEO with a little bit of cash to start pushing it. And then next thing you know, it's being pumped and dumped a couple of times throughout the bull run. So I don't think they're going to tank right now. Eventually, I think it will tank because, again, like many other coins, there is no reason for it. So if there's no reason for the coin, then yes, I think they will eventually tank. But in the short term, no. Atilia Sari said, rumors say CSW would sign a message publicly soon. Rumors say that Craig Wright would sign a message publicly soon. I've heard that rumor as well that he's supposed to come out and do something publicly. It remains to be seen in the crypto space. At this point, I don't trust anything. I just need to see it happen, right? Crypto and culture, what's going on? Glad you can make it. What's going on, Maximilian Price, the Invisible? All right, last but certainly not least, not much of a story, so you know it's a slow news day. It was more of just a quick tweet that was turned into a story, but whatever. It's all good in the crypto space. General manager of the Houston Rockets basketball team is bullish on Bitcoin. That's right. Daryl Morey, the general manager of the Houston Rockets basketball team, said that he recently brought more Bitcoin in a response tweet to none other than Morgan Creek Digital Assets co-founder Anthony Pompliano. He basically put out a tweet, said that Bitcoin allows investors to avoid the chaos of global markets. And Morey tweeted back, I just bought more. Now, again, in and of itself, not a big story. But what makes this a big story is that, again, you have the Houston Rockets general manager tweeting and talking about Bitcoin. If he pays attention enough to tweet it, then that probably means he's talking about it behind closed doors, right? And who are his friends and peers? Other general managers of basketball teams, other owners of basketball teams, other general managers and owners of other businesses. I am very sure he's not keeping this a secret to himself, especially when you have already seen two NBA teams, now Dallas Mavericks and, of course, the Sacramento Kings, who did it first, start to accept Bitcoin to buy tickets or season passes or anything else that the state or the arena, I'm thinking football, anything else that the arena has to offer. So it's cool seeing that Daryl Morey's tweeting about it and talking about it because that, to me, is a bullish signal of, okay, well, the Houston Rockets eventually adopt this to buy tickets or season passes with. And then, again, think about the Houston Rockets, who their audience is. It is not just all of Houston or Texas or even American NBA players. If you look at the Houston Rockets home games and their arena and their jerseys, they are sponsored and have been heavily sponsored by the Chinese ever since Yao Ming traveled over to America to put on for China, right? China has been following the Houston Rockets, have been big supporters of them for a long time. Of course, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and mining and all of that is huge in China, even though it's semi-illegal in most parts. You know, everyone knows about it. It's the talk of the town there as well. And of course, they have a very large audience to cater to, 1.7 billion people, right? So if you got the Houston Rockets, you got the general manager talking about Bitcoin. To me, that says, all right, you have their audience, which is a very big following of Chinese NBA fans, as well as regular NBA fans, as well as executives from every team out there who are now starting to hear about Bitcoin, not just from the likes of Daryl Morey, but again, from the Sacramento Kings and their staff, as well as, down there in Dallas Mavericks, Mark Cuban as well. So that's three different, GMs, executives, owners talking about in the NBA. And it's still early. This is 10 years in. You got three people. Again, I love to see this as a bullish indicator because these are the people who are not going to lose their money. Mark Cuban, Daryl Morey. These people won't lose their money. They don't want to lose their money. They have a lot more, higher risk to deal with, right? So if they're talking about it, I can only assume that they're getting some of the best information out there. And they're bringing people on board, which is always a good thing for the space. So shout out to Daryl Morey and the Houston Rockets, as well as, everyone else out there pushing for crypto and professional sports. I saw some other stories that are talking about fighting and boxing in sports. We actually had, I think it was Fight to Fame. I saw them in the news lately saying that Mike Tyson might have been the co-founder. There was some back and forth with that. They actually emailed us to come on the show. So haven't heard back from them because this was before the news broke in the last 48 hours. Mike Tyson denying this, being the co-founder. I just reached out to them today. So hopefully we hear a word back. And if we do hear a word back, we can have them on the show. If we don't hear a word back, it looks like the news that broke may be real and it may be another scam in the making. But I'm sure we'll find out here in the next 48 hours for sure. All right, last quick shout out. What's going on? P-Man Van, just saw you join. Again, short show for the day, people. Not a lot of crypto news out there, but definitely we'll keep our eyes and ears open for tomorrow to see what's new. Other than that, that is the show for today. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure you smash that like and share button, and we will see you all tomorrow to talk more crypto news. Cheers.